What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Full Metal Analysis. I'm your host Bruce with my co-host Marcus, MJ of Detroit. What's going on? Today we're here to discuss the preview for the Lions versus the Packers at Lambeau. We'll discuss. I think Marcus has his 3 points, his keys to winning, and we'll go over what we think of the game and injury report and whatnot. So, Marcus, what you got?
So this game is going to be probably my softest take on the game. I thought about my three keys, and I can still give you three keys. But this team, both these teams, man, in this NFC North battle, they are so evenly matched. I went over it a couple times in my head. I feel like basically it's gonna come down to the three keys is simple, man. It's gonna be offense, defense, and no, not special teams. It's gonna be coaching.
Everybody on this coaching tip right now, man. Okay. As far as I got it going on, man, I was thinking the same thing, man. I was thinking pretty evenly matched. You know what I'm saying? And it will go down to it's gonna be a close game. But at the same time, man, I think the Lions go into this and they win this game handily. I do still think it will be a close game, but I don't think it. I think it will end up being a close game in numbers, but I don't think it will be a close game. Uh, as far as the look of it, I think the Lions will have the control of the game the whole time. They'll control the game by running the ball. I don't think Green Bay will have a good running game because first off, Aaron Jones is coming off injury. He this is his first game back. It's been gone, and the Lions have been excellent against the run this year. So that takes away one of their major dangerous factors. The other thing is, while Jordan Love has been looking okay, he hasn't been looking like spectacular or anything. So I don't think he's anything to fear. I think he's a good game manager, but I don't think he's anything to fear. Primarily, they do get. I think I'm not sure. I do think Watson is playing this game, but once again, he's been out. I think this will be his first game of the season. He's got to get back into the flow of things, so I don't think he's going to be danger. The only thing that is the fear of the Green Bay is is their defense, and I think our offense, being the number one defense, we can overcome that. So as far as the game goes, that's where I'm at with it. So while I do think we can't play around with if we get the chance to knock Green Bay out, we need to go ahead and do it. But I don't think it's gonna be that. I think it's gonna be a tight game, but not by not much.
I feel a little different.
I know you would.
I feel first of all that when it comes to offense, I give the nod to Detroit. Detroit has the better offense. I'm not worried. I'm not a Packers fan, but if I was a Packers fan, I would say I'm not worried about Aaron Jones. He
FTP.
I ain't worried about Aaron Jones. He done missed plenty of games and came right back. Aaron Jones has notoriously put up ridiculous numbers against the Lions. Granted, those are different teams, but been plenty of fantasy teams where that dude done put up 3 touchdowns in one game for no reason, mainly against the Lions. Christian Watson, now he's young, so I don't think he's going to be able to. Well, I don't have the same confidence that he'll be able to just jump back in. But on top of everything, they missing 2 starting offensive linemen due to injuries. The Seattle game, that didn't really make a difference, but hopefully, the defense kind of got going and they'll be able to continue what they had the last game. Flip the teams offensively. The Lions, we might be getting David Montgomery back, and we should be getting Taylor Decker back. So that's why I give them the nod because the offensive line is stout. Jordan Love and Jared Goff. Jared Goff, I get a nod to. If it was Madden, I'd say Jordan Love is playing at like a 80, 81 rating. Jared Goff's playing at like an 86, 87. So I'll get a nod to Goff on that. Running backs, that's interesting, man, because if Montgomery is going to play, how healthy is he going to be? And if it's going to be Gibbs, Gibbs really struggled last game. He really looked like a rookie out there trying to process everything that the coaching staff was telling him. That's how he was running last week. I would kind of like to see him come right back next week and get another chance at it, but it sounds like Montgomery's going to be back, so Gibbs might not get as much as he did last week. But at the same time, maybe a few less carries, he'll be able to pick and choose what he does and how they use them. So maybe that might be a benefit. So definitely on offense, I get a nod to Detroit.
Also, I'm not sure about this, but I was looking over the Lions injury report, and they had, like you said, Taylor Decker and Montgomery as questionable, and I'm pretty sure that they're going to play.
Mm-hmm.
What threw me off about that was they also had Kirby Joseph and Emmanuel Mosley as questionable too. So, are they going to play?
So as far as defense, I don't think those two are going to play. On the flip side, Green Bay had Rashawn Gary. I think he's optimistic to play. So we held off on making this podcast so we could see the injury report. And I kind of feel like I'm not going to say it didn't make a difference, but it's still a lot of cloudiness on who's really going to play. We did get like some clarification.
Yeah, Lions real secretive.
Yeah, so like Montgomery and Aaron Jones and Watson and Decker, we got a pretty clear cut on that. But then you got guys like you said, Kirby Joseph, my man Green Bay, the cornerback Jair Alexander. He's questionable. It kind of sounds like he's gonna play, but so it's a lot of up in the air. But
it's kind of like Dan Campbell was like, "Ha, you know this guy was gonna play, did you?" Well, here he is. It's like he's trying to spring it on him. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. And that's that's that gamesmanship, and that's rolls right into the coaching aspect of the game.
Here we go.
I feel like Dan Campbell and Matt LaFleur are so they're in the same tier coach in the NFL in my eyes. How can I put it? Like they, it's like
you hating on both of them.
It's like they all cookies and no milk, like nothing. It's all there, but then like that last little cherry on top, man, they don't have it. And when it comes to Matt LaFleur, that guy lacks aggression. And he could come up with a good game plan. He could keep his team in line. He could have everybody prepared. But when it comes to like aggression or just putting the pedal to the metal, I don't think that guy has it. And go ahead.
Basically, what I just heard you say is Matt LaFleur is a pussy, and Dan Campbell got balls of steel. He's gonna go for it when he needs to. He aggressive. That's what I'm hearing from you right now.
No, you didn't hear me say nothing about Dan Campbell. Uh, but I said LaFleur, yeah, LaFleur is gonna tiptoe around. Aaron Rodgers pretty much ran the show, and LaFleur was in the background, like, "Hey, I think we should do this," and then Aaron will go out there and change the whole play. Campbell, on the flip side, is the exact opposite. Like all the same stuff I said about LaFleur. Like, yeah, great game plan, runs the team well, all that good stuff. But then when it comes to aggression, that dude is overly aggressive.
Balls of steel. Go ahead and say it. Balls of steel.
Overly aggressive. And I'm still waiting on you to explain me what all that aggression against Seattle did, because to me it just feels like it just took us right back to where we started.
You gotta. Everybody wants to talk about the field goal we didn't take, but they didn't. We scored a touchdown off of one of those fourth down runs as well, man. So I mean, it's 50-50, man. If it had been successful, everybody would have been praising Dan Campbell right now. So it's gonna go whatever happens. If he wins all of his first down, people gonna talk about how great a coach Dan Campbell is. I knew he should have went for it all the time. And when he doesn't go for it, they say, "What happened? He always goes for it. Why didn't he go for it this time?" And that's basically what I was hearing this last game. We won last game, and it was like, man, all the people that was saying that they wish Dan Campbell would have kicked those, would not have gone for it on those fourth downs, or saying in the Atlanta game, I thought he was gonna go for it. I was telling him to go for it. I wish he would have went for it. Mm-hmm. So I mean, it's kind of no-win situation.
Those people are crazy. The only situation where he, like I said, the only situation where he maybe could have went for it was on their 45, and it was like, really, should we go for it? Like, we got the lead. It's like, why? It really wasn't a good opportunity to go. It really wasn't it wasn't a time to go for it at that moment. So I mean, that, it is what it is. But like this tomorrow, I feel like against Green Bay, it's gonna be one of those Seattle games. Like, it's not gonna be as flashy. It's not gonna be nowhere near, what was that, 37-31? I don't think it's gonna be that high scoring, but it's gonna be like, I feel like it's gonna be like a grind out, title fight, feel your opponent out, a lot of jabs. I feel like ain't gonna be no haymakers, until third quarter. But that's my thing. That's my biggest thing. If the Lions are gonna win this game, I'm not gonna say this is what needs to happen, but I will say, if it does happen, I feel like the Lions have the game in the bag. And that is, if the Lions can build a double-digit lead at any point, and hold on to it, obviously. But I'm saying, if the Lions can build a double-digit lead, I feel like they'll be able to hold that throughout the rest of the game to a victory. Because Green Bay, these past 3 games they played so far, they on some cardiac cats type stuff. Like,
well, let me ask you this: right. What do you think? Do you think the defense will play like they did in the Atlanta game, or they will play like they played in the Seattle game? And I think that's going to be the major key to it.
I think
has AG fixed the problem?
No. I mean, that's the defense. That's the defense. And what you saw was like, we played Atlanta, and if a great team plays a good team, then the great team's going to look even better. But when they play a team that's more on their level, then it's going to not look as good. So what you saw against Seattle was, I mean, are the Lions a great team? I mean, I'll say they're a great team. I'll say you saw a great team versus a great team, and then you saw the Lions versus Atlanta. That was a great team versus a lesser team. So I feel like Green Bay is definitely more great than they are lesser.
So is Green Bay a good team, or are they just an average team? Because I don't think Green Bay is a good team. I think they're just a mid team. They're an okay team. Why do I say that? Because who has Green Bay played?
They played the Bears and they played the Saints and they played
Atlanta.
Atlanta, right? And they lost to Atlanta.
Right. And the Saints game, they were getting blown out of the water. And we later found out that they came back when Derek Carr got hurt and they blew a field goal at the end of the game. So the Saints still should have won that game. So when they came up against a real team, until their starting quarterback got hurt, they weren't showing the same dominance that they were showing against, like you said, the lesser teams. Well, who are the Bears, who are arguably the worst team in the league right now, and Atlanta, who you just said was a lesser team. When they came up against the starting full strength for the Saints, they weren't looking that good until Derek Carr went down, and then they look good against them. So is Green Bay the good team that you think they are, or are they just the average team that's been playing bad teams?
So to your point about full strength, who would you say is the Packers' best offensive player?
Aaron Jones.
And they haven't had him for the past 2 weeks. And it's debatable who their best defensive player is, but Jair Alexander's
That's all I was gonna say.
yeah. And they definitely didn't have him last week. I don't know about when they lost to the Falcons. They definitely didn't have him last week. So, the offensive line is hurt. Christian Watson ain't played a game yet. So it's like, what are they at full strength? They are potentially a good team to me. The fact that they've been, gutting it out with injuries, yeah, I'm not gonna hold that against them that they've been playing bad teams. Because at the same time, when we played Kansas City, they had Patrick Mahomes, and everybody else just came out there.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't have as much faith in Aaron Jones. Like I said earlier, we've been we played some pretty good running backs. One thing that Atlanta did have is running backs, and we took them out of the game. Um, the Seahawks had Kenneth Walker, we took him out of the game. The Chiefs had Pachenko, we took him out of the game. If they continue what they've been doing up against the run, I don't think Aaron Jones should be a factor in this game. We've been holding running backs to around 40 yards. We've been holding the running game to about 40 yards a game. And that would mean that Jordan Love has to beat us. And I don't have faith that Jordan Love can beat us in the air. And to your other point about Aaron Jones running all over the Lions, like you said, those were different defenses. Last year when we beat the Lions, when we beat the Packers twice last year, I don't think Aaron Jones had good games last year. So, I don't know, man.
Hey, one thing I will say, being an avid Aaron Jones fantasy stakeholder, is it was so many
Fantasy
times,
runs your life, man. It's a shame.
It was so many times, man, that Aaron Rodgers would just go out there and run his own show, man. And it's like, I'm like, man, I know Aaron's supposed to get I know Jones is supposed to get the ball in this, but Rodgers would go out there and he would do his thing, whatever. I don't but whatever. That's it. That's neither here nor there. But the thing I was gonna say was that I was listening to the radio and I got mad because my man took like my point, and I'm like, man, see now it's gonna sound like I'm stealing from him, but I really came up with this earlier today, and he actually said it, which I thought was funny. But I went back and I looked at the Jordan Love's past couple games. Jordan Love's 3 games he done played so far, and first game I think he threw the ball like 27 times. Second game, he threw the ball 25 times. That was Atlanta. They lost. And then the last game, he threw the ball like 40-something times. And they won. But the thing is, the only time he threw a turnover was in that 40-something game. So in my mind, what that tells me is, hey, if you could get Jordan Love to throw that ball, about 32, 33 times in that game, now he going to start feeling the wear and tear, get some pressure on him, get him, off his spots. Now he will run on you, but I'd rather him run than get his weapons involved, because the dude got weapons, man. His weapons out there. Christian Watson coming back. Romeo Doubs is playing. He's Romeo Doubs is he's like a new age possession receiver. And then you got Jaden Reed out of Michigan State, speedy guy. I think he punt return too. But he got some weapons out there. They drafted a tight end out of they drafted a tight end as well. So it's gonna be like we match up so similarly to the Packers, man.
But don't you think we got a better rush than them? Well, the last game we had a better rush than them. So what as far as the D line, do you think they can get a couple sacks on Love and make him fluster?
I hope so. I mean, like I said, when we played Seattle, man, everybody was amped, myself included. Like, oh man, they missing their 2 starting offensive tackles. Like, man, Hutch gonna go crazy, and Hutch did not go crazy. Charles Harris didn't go crazy. Okwara didn't go crazy. Nobody went crazy. Geno Smith stood in that pocket and carved us apart. So I don't know. Like, did the Atlanta game spark them? I can't tell you.
Well, I think they were doing different schemes to, like I was saying before, I was saying in the first video, which y'all didn't get a chance to see. I was saying that I think AG needs to scheme open some plays to get our defensive linemen some help and get them open. Put something in the scheme to help them get through. And I think he ran a couple of blitzes that opened that up for him.
And I don't think you're gonna see those same blitzes against Green Bay. If anything, I see more of and I couldn't even tell you what that defense was, but I see more of a Seattle style defense, like the old Matt Patricia, bend but don't break, and then once they get in the red zone, clamp down, hold them to a field goal type of game. Like that's kind of what I feel like they're gonna do, which is why field goals to me are so important in this next game.
Another difference, another difference was Bugs was in the game. Now I don't know if that was the difference in the line playing better or worse or whatnot, but Bugs was in the game. So I don't know. I think it'll be somewhere in between the Atlanta and the Seahawks game. I mean I haven't really heard a lot about the Packers offensive line.
I mean, it's steady, man. Like, I was looking at the stats, and Jordan Love ain't been touched until last week. They got to him 4 times, but the first 2 games, 1 sack apiece, one sack in each game.
The first 2 games were against lesser teams. Once again, who do the Bears have on their front line?
I couldn't even tell you. I don't. I'm not good with defense.
Well, what I would say is that the Atlanta does have a good front line. I will give them that. because they were all over Goff this last past game. So if they didn't touch him in the Atlanta game, I will give him that because Calais Campbell is a good rusher. And on the other
Did he used to
side,
play for the Lions?
no, he used to play for
I think he's on Baltimore.
I think it was Baltimore. And then that I forgot I didn't see his name, but number 41 on the other side of him was rushing like he kept going against our backup our hurt tackle, but he was rushing the hell out of that right side.
Was it Trey Flowers? I know they said Trey Flowers was on that team.
No, it wasn't Trey Flowers. I think it was another Flowers because the Flowers that they kept mentioning was number 33. He was a DB.
Yeah, he was guarding. He was guarding my man. It's another thing. I'm really curious what they're gonna do. Even if they run Jair Alexander out there, though, he ain't gonna really be on St. Brown because St. Brown mainly out of the slot. But I feel like Alexander. I don't know. I don't want to see that matchup. That's all I know.
I'm saying though, and that's another thing I wanted to say, man. I need to see Marvin Jones make some plays, man. Where the fuck is this guy at, man? I mean, dog, I haven't seen this nigga since he fumbled the ball in Kansas City 2 weeks ago. I mean, dog, I understand he fumbled, but I mean, where is this guy? You know what I'm saying? The fuck?
Like when you join the Lions, Jared Goff puts you on like probation for like the first 6, 7, 8 games, right? And when the media asks him about it, he's gonna be like, "Oh yeah, we just need to practice more." Blah 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 blah. But really, what it is it's gonna take about 8 games before Jared Goff gets you that ball, which is why J-Mo was getting no love last year because I don't know, man. It take about 8 games before Jared trusts you. For some reason, he didn't have a problem with Laporta, but everybody else, man,
dog. He fumbled one ball. I mean, who's gonna put him on punishment for throwing 2 picks?
Who's more important to the team, Marvin Jones or Jared Goff?
I ain't gonna say it because people gonna call me. I was about to say Henry Hooker, but you know what? Goff been doing all right, man. Goff been doing all right.
Yeah, I think Goff is gonna have a really good game tomorrow. I think he'll have a really good game. I think the rushing attack is gonna struggle, but I think Goff is gonna have a good game. I don't know if he's gonna turn the ball over or not, but
I don't honestly think the rushing game is gonna struggle. I think that if Montgomery gets back out there and runs like he has been running, he lets them control the game he's like a base for them controlling the game like they want to control the game, for them pacing the game like they want to pace the game. And then they can put Jameer out on home run duty. You know what I'm saying? Now they've put Jameer in a couple of situations where he could have had a home run right as of right now. By my count, Jameer should have had 3 touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? So, but he keep on slipping, or he dropped. He slipped. He should have had a touchdown on that one. One, he was wide open with nobody to stop him. He didn't catch the ball. And one, he was wide open standing by himself, and he should have had a touchdown on that one, but Jared Goff didn't throw it to him. So, I mean, they put him in position to hit the home run. It just hasn't clicked yet. So, you know what I'm saying? I think with him, with Montgomery back, they can put him back on home run duty, and it's got to click. They got to get it done. He's got some touches now. He looked like he started to understand the game a little bit more towards the end of that game, and he figured out a couple of things. Hopefully he can apply that to the position they put him in this game. and he can start moving forward.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like, you know what? I was just thinking, man, like what if you combine Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery into one back, you know?
Oh my God! Don't do this.
Like I mean, just a guy that could be, you know, agile and what's another word for agile? Like swift, you know, like
Look, dog. I was so
oh
tired.
man.
I was so tired of the Swift talk, man. Like for real, dog. Like I mean, the guy is gone, man.
Oh yeah, what? Who's? I was
The
just
guy
saying
is
if we could
gone.
combine Montgomery and the Gibbs, you know, like what a good back that guy would be. You know, somebody that could hit the hole but is speedy as well. Like,
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, the guy that we had here before wouldn't hit the hole like that, and he was never on the field. And at the end of the day, he didn't want to be here. So good riddance.
One of those things that you said, I do agree with. The other stuff was all blasphemy, but the last part we can agree on that. Yeah, he didn't want to be here. Now, why he didn't want to be here, we could definitely argue on that. But like you said, he's gone. That's like somebody bringing up Jalen Carter. So
Dog, that's all I've been hearing all week is
right. So you
what
want
if
to
we
we
had
could
Jay?
bring up Swift,
What
but
if we
really
had
the fans are talking about Jalen Carter. I'm not saying
no
nothing about
no
Jalen Carter.
no both of them? What if we had Swift? What if we had Carter? What if? Like, I mean, if y'all care so much about Swift and Jalen Carter, man, this is what you should do, man. And I mean this, you know what I'm saying? Go take off your Lions jersey, throw it in the fireplace, set it on fire, go out and get you a brand spanking new Eagles jersey and become an Eagles fan, dog. They got the players you like right down the street in Philly, man.
Let me just ask
Peace.
you, man, how come we can't have nice things here?
I think we got pretty nice things here. You don't think we got nice things here? I think we got nice things here. I mean, why can't we be appreciative of the things we do have? You know what I'm saying? Like if we was 0-3, I could understand. Like yeah, they fucked up, but we're not 0-3. We 2-1, and I still think that we have a chance to win this division. And all I hear from Lions fans is we should have did this. Why can't we do this? Why aren't we doing this? Why aren't we doing this? Why can't we just be happy that we have potential to win the division?
Let me ask you this. My goals for this season is definitely the division. Like if we win the division, everything else is just icing on the cake. But do you feel like this is the best team? Do you feel like this is the best team in the NFC?
Not right now. I feel they have the potential to be. I feel like they have the potential to be one of the best in the NFC. Like right now in the NFC, I got them third behind uh Philly and San Francisco.
So to answer your question, everybody that says Jalen Carter, DeAndre Swift, imagine this team with running back that's put up 200 yards in the past 2 games, which is something that the Lions right now are on the bottom half of the league when it comes to rushing yards per game. And while we do have a great I think we're in the top 5 in pass defense. I'm not pass defense, run deep. We're in the top 5 of run defense. If we did have Jalen Carter, like I said, I didn't want Jalen Carter, but if we did have Jalen Carter, we would have what appears to be the most dominant defensive lineman to come out in the past year or two, lined up right next to Hutch. So you could say, hey, I feel like we could take somebody, our D line, our rushing game, Amon-Ra, J-Mo. So that's I'm not mad at people for being like, man, I wish we
See,
would have did it like this.
I mean, that's cool. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Imagine if I don't know, let's say I did something stupid. Let's say I don't know, I had some Mexican food. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, man, I shouldn't have ate that Mexican food. You know what I'm saying? You'd be like, yeah, that was pretty stupid. You know what I'm saying? But a year later, I'm still telling you about this Mexican food. You gonna be like, shut the fuck up about this Mexican food. I'm just saying, dog. Let the shit go. That's all. That's all I want. That's all I want. I we got what we got. We not doing bad. You know what I'm saying? Let's move on. Everybody want to talk about Jalen Carter. Oh, he was just in a car accident. That's not why I didn't want Jalen Carter here. I didn't want Jalen Carter here, not because of the car shit. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? He did it. It was a one time thing. Whatever. My thing with Jalen Carter was I heard his teammates talk about how much it was to get him motivated to play, how it was hard to keep him motivated, to keep him interested in playing football, how he didn't want to work out. You know what I'm saying? How during the draft he was only working out for certain teams just because I don't know. He just had a arrogance, like he felt like he didn't have to do stuff because I'm that guy, so why should I have to do it? You know what I'm saying? That was my problem with this guy. You know what I'm saying? Not the talent was unquestionable. Everybody saw the talent. We knew that. Now with him and Swift, my question is, yes, both of them are doing great right now. What I want to know is with both of them, you know what I'm saying? Can they do it all season? Is at some point Jalen Carter gonna need motivation when he's playing 17 games instead of 10 games? A 17 game season instead of a 10 game season. And if DeAndre Swift is gonna get to game 8 and be out for the rest of the season. Now, if they play the whole season playing at their level they have, more props to him, man. I can't say nothing. Yeah, it would have been a boneheaded move, but based on the information that we have when they got rid of Swift, and based on the information that we had when they didn't take Jalen Carter, hindsight is the best side. You know what I'm saying? What can you do about it now?
So,
But you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's just the way I feel about it.
I got you. And to bring it full circle, I'm gonna keep on bringing up Swift just because that's my guy. You know that's my guy, and I'm really just gonna do it just to fuck with you. But in all honesty, in all truth, it's no question if you watch football that while the Lions are doing great, they're getting it together. Philadelphia is a great organization. They won a Super Bowl. They took it from you. They took it from New England. They've been there a couple times. Philadelphia is a great organization. Andy Reid was there. Like, I mean, it's just a great organization. So, now DeAndre Swift goes there and think about it. DeAndre Swift is getting the ball from Jalen Hurts. So DeAndre Swift is automatically getting a second, every time. Because it's like, is he going to hand that ball to Swift or is he
going to run it?
Yeah. So, I mean, boom, that's another second for Swift to get. Like, and then Jalen Carter, like you said, he needed his teammates to motivate him. Guess what? All his defensive teammates, are in Philadelphia. So, yeah, I mean, if you took both those players, put them back in Detroit, you can't say that you would get the same result. So I understand your point. It's to me, it's just fun to just look at some players, I will say, some players are like, I don't know about that one. Like a better comparison for me would be like Christian Gonzalez. Like that's who I'm watching because I wanted Christian
Duh,
Gonzalez.
you're not gonna let him go either.
No, I'm not gonna let him go because
I haven't seen Christian Gonzalez this year. How is he doing?
I saw him make one play, which is usually all I need from a player.
I got one. All right. Who would you rather have, Christian Gonzalez or Brian Branch?
Christian Gonzalez. I mean, hey, everybody love Brian Branch. You know, Brian Branch is doing great, but Brian Branch, ain't guarding the team's best wide receiver. And we when's the last time we had Slay? We haven't had a shutdown corner since Slay.
Cam Sutton doing pretty good, man. I'm not saying he's a shutdown corner, but you haven't seen anybody catching it. I've seen one ball catcher.
I think he was out. I don't think he was. Who did he have to guard last game? But Seattle, man, I didn't see him all over the field in Seattle.
Yeah, I didn't. The only time I saw somebody catching the ball in Seattle was on Jerry Jacobs. I didn't see anybody catch the ball on Sutton. I saw one pass caught on Sutton. He knocked it down, and they called pass interference on him. That's the only time I've seen somebody do something against Sutton. No, I seen that one, and somebody did catch one ball on him. But other than that, man,
I saw a lot of catching tackles. I'm not gonna say a lot. I just felt like every time I saw Sutton, the guy was catching the ball and Sutton was tackling him.
I didn't see a lot of that.
Yeah, I remember thinking in my head, like, I thought this guy was supposed to be good. But then I found out that it was who's the guy we got that's injured and hasn't played yet?
Mosley.
Yeah, so I found out it was actually Mosley's supposed to be good. Sutton's supposed to be decent, but Mosley's supposed to be the real guy. So
I haven't really. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I haven't seen the big plays that I saw. The Seattle scoring on is when they threw the Jacobs side. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, I didn't see them making any big plays on Sutton. Maybe one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, every team that's come in, you're gonna see it tomorrow. Like, you definitely gonna see it tomorrow. But yeah, every team we play so far, other than Atlanta, just because they don't really have wide receivers.
I doubt it, man. I mean, Green Bay receivers are not on the level of Seattle's receiver. They're not DK Metcalf and Lockett by far.
No, they're not. But if that core is an A, this core is a B. This core is a B minus. Like they young, but they talented though. Like they got a good. They I put it like this: I would take Amon-Ra over all of them, and then all they three. Well, it would go Amon-Ra, then Christian Watson, then Dobbs, then what? What's my man? What's the little guy that caught all those balls last week?
Khalif Raymond.
Yeah, Khalif Raymond, and then whoever their third receiver is, Jaden Reed. So I mean, we got the best guy. They got the next two guys. That's how I feel.
I think you downplaying Josh Reynolds so far this season, man. Josh Reynolds been having a good season.
Has he?
Yeah. He got what? He got 3 touchdowns. He got 3 touchdowns in 3 games.
Well, we're gonna need him.
And he wasn't even targeting Atlanta at all. So he basically got 3 touchdowns in 2 games.
Yeah.
and I think he got about damn near. He should. I think he got about close to 200 yards. So I mean, I'm just saying. I'm not saying he's a. I'm not saying he's a elite receiver, but he's not a bad receiver. He's dependable.
Mm. Okay.
Go back and look at it, man.
Oh no! I mean, I know Josh Reynolds, man. Josh Reynolds is Josh Reynolds. Like you can find a Josh Reynolds in free agency, in my opinion. Like as long as you know that you just get him on the playbook.
I'm not saying you can't find a Josh Reynolds in free agency. What I'm saying is the reason we were in those first two games was because of Josh Reynolds. And I mean, besides Christian Watson, I'm not too much more confident in Green Bay receivers. I'll put my confidence in Christian Watson, but those other guys, nah, I'm straight. They're about the same tier for me.
I feel like they both have 3 touchdowns as well.
Yeah, maybe. I think that Josh Reynolds touchdowns are on stronger opponents.
No, that's fair. That's very well. I mean, we're gonna see tomorrow, man. We're gonna see tomorrow. What you got for the final score?
I'm thinking. I think it's gonna be a 7-point game. So I either got 21-14 or 17-24 or 24-17 Lions.
You said 24-17 or what?
24-17 or 21-14 Lions.
Okay. I think it's gonna be a dog fight. I think it's gonna be ugly. I think it's gonna be just a gritty game, man. Grit. I'm gonna go Lions. I'm gonna go Lions 17, Packers 16.
All right. Well, Packers 7. Hey, you got it real close.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's gonna be that close, but that is what we got for this week. You got any bets you want to throw out there before we get out of here?
I'm sure we're gonna get back at it before Sunday.
Okay. All right. And one last question just before we get out of here. Hit them with a score for the live action One Piece real quick because I gotta watch it and I want to get your grade on it real quick before I watch it.
Out of 10 or out of 5?
Out of 10.
Out of 10 is it's a 7.5.
A 7.5.
Mm-hmm.
Well, while that's not great, that is excellent for a live action because live action shit is horrible. But I'm gonna take a chance on this one. But that's what's up, man. I think it was a good show. Everybody support us, like, subscribe. If you like what we got to say, if you don't like what we got to say, comment. We get in your ass about it. If you do like what we say, find us on the street. Give us money, please. We need it. We need it. We working, man. But anything you got to add before we get out of here, man?
No, that's all I got.
All right. So we will see y'all next time. Thanks for tuning in to Full Metal Analysis. Peace.